My name is Dr. Sharon Norris Elliott.
And I'm Lady Laura Simon.
And whoa,
is
this
right.
has been a day. I want you guys to know that normally we, come on the show. We've had all this time to make up and do hair. And okay, I'm wearing a t-shirt, y'all. I don't know if you can see. It says, I never lose. I either win or I learn.
That's right.
And this is a Nelson Mandela saying. I threw this t-shirt on this morning because I was just going to run to the post office.
You thought.
Go back home, do
She
some
thought.
other stuff.
She thought.
Get ready, So I decided in the process of all that was going on, we are still going to do this taping because the name of this show is Life That Matters.
Life That Matters.
And we did life today.
We were lifing. we were lifing. I was skidding in the truck that I can't barely see over.
Right. So you're in your husband's truck. I don't know what happened to your car.
That's a whole nother lesson.
Okay.
My husband he's a pastor and he's been Ubering.
Uh-huh.
And, I told him about the Ubering. But he woke up, he was praying all last night.
Yeah.
And he woke up. He says, you know what, Laura? What?
What?
I'm going to stop
I'm gonna
Ubering.
stop. I don't think the Lord called me to that.
I don't think he did either, but I tried to tell you, but you just wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
And now you're having a word from the Lord. Yeah. So he's got my car to just finish his, he's right here at Diamond. He needs like 5 rides. So he's going to do those 5 rides
In your
today
car,
and tomorrow
though.
in my
your
car.
car.
In my Suburban.
Yeah. Okay, so.
And I'm in the big old Silverado that I can't even see over the top.
Okay, so.
Lifing.
Because married ladies, life happens.
Life happens.
Right.
With the husband
With
man.
the husband man. So, single ladies. So I woke up this morning. I ran out to the car.
I don't mean to laugh.
No battery.
No battery.
And the battery in my car is connected to this electrical system. So lights, it's like lights, almost like lights and
She has a
sirens
fancy
and
car.
all kinds of things were going on. And I'm like, not today. But Jesus said, today. Today. So the post office run that I needed to make didn't happen, which means that those things that needed to get somewhere by a certain date won't happen.
So they're not getting there.
They're not getting there.
Okay, that's 1.
That's one.
2, no, that's 2, 3, 4 because the car didn't start.
The car didn't start.
So the car didn't start and you're not going to the post office.
Right. And so the things are not getting there. Okay. A medication that I have been waiting for. This is the 3rd day that the pharmacy has said, we're ordering it. Well, I went to the pharmacy yesterday because I'm at the last dose of what I need. Well, what you need to do is go around to other pharmacies and see if they have it. And then they could transfer it to us.
Go around to other pharmacies. Are you breathing?
All right. So that hasn't happened.
No.
I don't know what's going to go on with the medication because that hasn't happened.
Yeah, you don't have that.
That's not a finish. There's not a period at the end of that. Okay. So call AAA. Ladies, especially you single ladies who don't have a man, need to come by. You gotta have AAA. You gotta have something.
I'm married and have AAA.
Thank you. You gotta have something
gotta
that's gonna
have
take care of
AAA.
it. Okay. So AAA.
AAA.
The guy comes out.
Uh-huh.
Well, he calls first.
Okay.
And he wants to know where the car is. Is it on the street? I said, well, it's in the garage. He goes, oh, we're not doing garages. And I said, oh, but what am I? Oh, I'm just teasing. Okay, you got jokes today.
Yeah, and I'm not joking.
Right.
I'm not in that joking frame of mind.
I said, okay, you're good. So he came out, started the car. Then he said, well, it looks like you'll need a battery. But you have a kind of battery and a kind of car that we can't replace that. You shouldn't just take this to Joe Blow. You got to take it into the dealership. So the car has started, right?
Okay.
So, cause he gave it a jump. Mm-hmm. So I said, so I probably shouldn't turn it off.
No.
I said, that's right. Just leave it. I said, so it's not going to go off at a stoplight or something. No, as long as you keep it on. Good. I got in the car as is.
As is.
Well, I didn't have my sweater on in the house.
Okay.
I got a sweater.
Okay.
I picked up my bag with my Bible, my computer, zoomed down.
That was smart, though.
To the dealership.
That was smart.
Well, I'm always going to have my computer because if I have to wait I can do something.
Okay.
Grab the computer. Turning, the guy says, oh, he looks at it, my regular guy. Okay, take a look at it. Go inside. I set up my office on a little table. Mm-hmm. They give you $5 towards something to eat. A little cafe. Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Oh, that's what I saw the picture. Now you
got a grilled cheese sandwich.
She's texting me
I'm texting her this whole time. Grilled cheese sandwich.
And French fries, steak fries, the good fries.
French fries and a smoothie.
Yes.
So I sit down. He comes out to say, oh, yeah, the battery.
It's the battery.
Needs to be changed, but you have a special battery. I said, of course I do.
Of course
I do.
Of course you do.
Just do what has to be done, And that's what they did. And 15 minutes passed when I thought I needed to leave. It was done. I called Laura. I'm on my way to the studio. We are going to do. Now, see, ladies, here's the thing.
This is life.
Here's the thing. I immediately started going, what was the good thing about today? What was the good thing about today?
What was the good thing about today? You woke up.
On this side of the dirt.
You woke up on this side of the dirt.
Nothing on me hurts.
That's amazing.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just your battery and you setting up office at the car dealership. And you texting me praying that.
So ladies.
Asking God.
I could have tripped out.
You could have.
I sort of had the money for the battery.
Sort of, kind of.
It wasn't what I wanted to do.
Right.
But it was there.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't a million gazillion dollars. No. Mm-hmm.
That's a blessing.
That's a blessing.
Nothing else was wrong. Mm-hmm. By fixing the battery, it fixed all the lights and whistles.
It fixed all the stuff.
Okay. So, I figured, we've been on this thing about love.
Right.
Oh, by the way, I want to thank you before we get started today. All of our audience, all of you who watch from everywhere, you've been telling your friends and all like that. Thank you for watching. We need you. We need our viewers. We
love you too. Thank you.
We just want to be encouraging you.
Yes.
Right? To live this life because your life matters.
It matters. It does.
Okay. And my life still matters.
It does.
So I figured, hey, my viewers,
they matter and they need you.
Right. They need us, right? To be here to say, girl, look, don't let those little side things, these were side things. right?
It felt like big things at the time, though.
But
I was sitting there thinking, Lord, are we going to make it?
I had to prioritize, right?
You did.
I wanted to get here
Yep.
to be with Laura, to be with you.
Yeah.
Right? So we're going to take
just like this.
I can't. Come as you are. That's how I hear it all the time.
And she came skidding in also with what she, look at that.
But now on my radio, right before, right as I was pulling up,
what
came
was
my
playing?
favorite Easter song. And I love Easter, y'all. Easter is, ooh.
It must have been.
I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Overjoyed that Jesus loved me. Brent Jones.
I'm going to say he rose.
He rose. Celebrate the Lord today. He washed my sins away.
Shout out to Brent Jones.
Oh, the blood he shed for me way, 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 way back on Calvary.
I remember you told me.
You remember that? Oh, the blood he shed for me way back on Calvary. I can't forget the day when I heard the preacher say, now I'm a Baptist preacher, right?
You are.
He stayed there Friday night. Stayed there Saturday night. But
early.
I said
early.
Sunday morning.
He
arose. I was blasting it. I wouldn't have heard a siren. Because I was just excited. Batteries, post office, whatever. Guess what? Sunday morning,
he got up.
He arose.
That's right.
He got up, the Sopranos say.
Yep.
Right? So,
yes.
We are going to read and discuss for the rest of the show a devotion that I wrote that was published today. On Arise Daily Devotionals.
Just happened today.
You can look those up. Arise Daily Devotionals. That is a devotional blog that is sponsored by AWSA, AWSA, Advanced Writers and Speakers Association. Okay, which Laura and I are both
a part of.
Okay, so this is the devotion, and here's the title of it. An unexpected shift.
And that's what happened today.
What?
Unexpected.
So all of you, because I know so many of you are going through an unexpected shift of some kind.
Unexpected shift. That's how it happened. Unexpected. It's just like, and then I'm trying to do the stuff for the platform with Amber, and I didn't even hear the phone. I just happened to look down and go, wow.
That was my first call.
Yeah. I was like, oh, Sharon's calling. Oh, wow. You're like, I left a message. And I was like, ooh.
Because we're in the middle of an unexpected shift. So this specific shift, we'll read about that. But then we're going to, talk about how this really applies to any unexpected shift. That we go through. Okay. Right. So this looks really exciting. Dr. Sharon Norris Elliott. Anyway, all right. It starts by saying, my husband left me. I can't even complain because he left me for a much better partner. Okay. So it wasn't the kind of left me that most women mean when they use those words. In my case, my husband, James, died. We'd rather say things like, my husband transitioned, or my husband went to glory, or I lost my husband. Now, small break. Whenever somebody consoles me for the loss of my husband, I do tell them, he's not lost. I know exactly where he is.
You know where he is.
Okay, so back to the reading. But while it's true that James did transition from this life to the glory of heaven, it's not true that he's lost. Thanks to his confession of faith in the saving work of Jesus Christ, I know exactly where he is. But his move began the most extensive, unexpected shift my life has ever faced. And Laura walked with me through this. James had been rapidly declining and on hospice care, and I was alone with him when he drew his final breath. The living trust, the paid off final needs pre-plan, and even James's written final wishes did not prepare me for when that reality actually took place.
Right.
As life continued for everyone outside of my house, my world, my whole world, shifted at that moment. I went through the motions the next week and a half before his homegoing celebration. The next few months of executing the trust and dealing with the shift were done in crippling grief. Then came God's word for my situation. Isaiah 43, 18 to 20 says, do not call to mind the former things or consider things of the past. Behold, I am going to do something new. Now it will spring up. Will you not be aware of it? I will even make a roadway in the wilderness, rivers in the desert. Here are some of the things I've learned about this kind of shift. And we're going to use the word shift, okay? The S is for sit. When a shift of this type happens, it's time to just sit for a while.
Sit and be still. Okay.
Allow yourself to rest and just breathe. Take walks, listen to music, binge watch your favorite TV shows. Sleep.
Sleep.
Whatever helps you to be quiet and let your mind and heart just rest.
That's good.
The H is for hear. Mm-hmm. Listen for God. Mm-hmm. Go to church. Read your Bible. Meditate. Let God talk to you. Don't cut yourself off from your church family and Christian friends. They may not all know what to say, and frankly, they may say some stupid things.
But I might have.
You didn't. But listen to their hearts and be encouraged.
Be encouraged
by their love for you.
Yes.
I know I was buoyed by the prayers of the saints.
Yeah. We have been with you enough to know some of the things that's not what you say to her. And if you're a believer, for sure, don't you dare say he's lost. I got that. I knew that already. Yes.
Okay, then the I in shift stands for inventory. Take stock of where you are in life.
Take stock.
What does God want you to do now? Grief is a journey to go through, not to live in. God still has a plan for your life, and you need to be about the business of obedience to his plan.
That's good.
For you. The F stands for forgive.
Uh-oh.
Get unforgiveness and bitterness off your back quickly. Those are heavy bags that will weigh you down as you try to move forward into your new purpose. Forgive your loved one for dying and leaving you alone.
Now that is a word.
Yeah, I screamed at James sometimes.
Yeah.
But nobody's in the house but me. You know, it would just be times when I'm not doing the job I never took out the trash cans, for example. Really, until he got sick, I started doing it. But now, it was like...
Yeah. Trash and batteries.
Yeah. See, if my battery had gone out...
That was a shift today for you.
If my battery had gone out while James was here, easy peasy. I wouldn't even dealt with it. I'd get in his car.
Right.
And go and do all the stuff I needed to do.
He would have handled that.
He would have handled that.
Yeah.
Right. But no, he's in heaven. Right.
Like
kicking back.
Right.
Yeah. So forgive your loved one for dying.
For dying.
You do. You need to do that. Okay. Forgive that. Forgive those who hurt you as you were caring for him or her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Just a segue right there. I saw on TikTok just last night about a man who's on a flight. Mm-hmm. And they were going to bury his wife. Mm-hmm. And there was a couple that was arguing in front of him. And my man went off on everybody. And it showed it all, and how he said, I miss my wife. I don't have the opportunity to say anything else to her. And the whole plane was like, oh.
Yeah.
And he was like, forgive. This is silly what you're arguing over.
Yeah. Yeah.
That part, that reminded me of that. That would go great together.
Yeah.
Forgive.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Some things are done and said.
And just not, it doesn't matter. Your life matters, which we talk about that. But some of that stuff is so silly.
Yeah.
It does not matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Let it
go. Drop it. Let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Like Frozen.
I remember talking to my students. We'll finish out. We just have a couple more paragraphs. But talking to my students about forgiveness when I was teaching.
Because you were at a Christian school.
I was at a Christian school. But you can talk about forgiveness, even if you're not. You know, those of you who are maybe, public school teachers, you could talk about topics, right? You just can't say the Bible verse.
Yeah.
But truths are still truths.
Truths are still true.
And I remember my students saying, but if I forgive them, they win.
Oh, you know what? It's not just your students. I have to go to God about that myself.
Okay.
I have to. I know that I'm saved. I know that God loves me. But I'm still working on that.
Okay. Yeah, that forgiveness piece.
A lot of days I'm good, and a lot of days I'm not.
Yeah, that forgiveness piece, as we say.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But it's not a matter of winning and losing.
Right.
And if you want to talk about winning, your forgiveness makes you the winner with God. Okay. So, you know what? Are they going to make some money? Because that's, a win what? Are they going to get a medal? Because you forgave them and they went, no. Just
well, you're definitely a teacher. You sound really good at that. At the forgive part and how you're explaining it and
oh no.
But
and it's not, I'm not saying I don't have issues with it. I'm just saying that I know what we're supposed to do.
What we're supposed to do.
Right. And the more I talk about it, see, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
The more I talk about it, and especially when you have to teach something, you have to practice it.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because if you don't practice what you preach, then that's an issue.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
It's just that sometimes I agree with your kids, your former students, that you're like, so I forgive them, and it just feels like I'm letting them off.
Right. They just get away with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And God is like, no.
No.
And I'm like, okay.
God, God's whole thing, right? Vengeance is mine.
He does take care of it.
And God can give people way more than you can.
Oh, now that's a high five. That's a high five for everybody.
Yeah.
Because stuff he does to some of the enemies of mine.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have thought of that.
I wouldn't have done that.
Right. Like, that's a little.
I was like, oh.
Aren't you being a little hard?
You're a little harsh.
Right. And then here's the last sentence of the forgive. And ask God to forgive you for blaming him.
Oh, that's really good too.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Because Christians and non-Christians, right? Christians, we will think it, but we won't say it. Mm-hmm. People who don't know the Lord will say it. Mm-hmm. Well, if you could do all that, you could have.
You could have.
And then fill in the blank.
You could have.
See? And then the last point, the last letter of shift is T, talk. Don't keep your feelings bottled up inside.
Yeah.
But be gentle with how you express them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you may want to scream, but don't direct that scream as a bullet that wounds someone else. Talk about your loved one. I love when people want to listen to my remembrances of James. Those spoken memories are bringing smiles to me now rather than tears. And talk about what God is doing in your life now. Give him verbal glory and praise as he walks with you during this journey. After all, he's the one who promised never to leave you and never to forsake you. I know the unexpected shift and grief is hard, but God is doing a new thing. He's trusting you to keep going and come out on the other side stronger, wiser, and ready to help someone else to make it through. Ecclesiastes 3:4 says, there is a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance.
A time to dance.
Yeah. So we wanted you to hear about an unexpected shift.
Because it was unexpected.
Okay. And
all the way around.
God gave me the perfect example of today.
And it happened. Look, and then it comes out today. Right. It's going to rise daily today, and then it happened today.
Right. So I think this was all orchestrated just for you.
Yeah.
So you all owe me 300. No. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want you to know that even in unexpected times, God is there and your life matters to him.
Yeah. He's good like that.
He's just good like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to be back next program.
Next time.
And continue with talking about love. I don't know. We might start out with some of this. Who knows?
Who knows?
You got to be here to see. Jesus loves you, and so do we. My name is Dr. Sharon Norris Elliott.
And I'm Lady Laura Simon.
And we'll be with you, and you'll be with us next time.
Next time.